What's up everybody, this is Glitch, and this is Game 3 of oGsMC vs. Bomber from Dreamhack Summer 2011. It is a PvT on Crevasse. I just cast games 1 and 2. Game 1, oGsMC took a pretty solid win by just out-expanding and out-macroing Bomber. Pretty much contained him on 2 base while he expanded on his 3rd. Game 2, Bomber took a pretty quick lead by just macroing up a quick army and going and pressuring oGsMC and just denied his natural about 3 times and was able to just get his own natural up and did pretty well with a pretty early decisive lead. Alright, this is a bit longer of a game, so in an attempt to make this video fit into just one, I'm going to speed this up just to get a little bit into it. oGsMC is now, I believe, going for his usual standard gate gas, core gas, and then another barracks. Quick expo here coming from Bomber. Bomber is throwing down. Note on Crevasse that it has this this one. Okay, all right, hold on. Time to slow down here. I've got to catch up. All right. If you notice, on Crevasse, both players have these expansions with only 1 gas and only 6 mineral patches. It's kind of a small expansion, but it's very, very well defended. You have to go through the main to get to this expansion. Bomber actually going for a secret expansion down in the bottom. Oh my gosh, and is oGsMC actually going to scout this? Looks like Bomber tried to go for a secret expansion way down here at this bottom left corner, but amazingly, oGsMC is actually going to go scout this expansion. I don't know how he knows this is here. oGsMC must just have an amazing game sense. He is supply blocked at the moment, though, interestingly enough. But he is going to scout this expansion. Unbelievable. I don't know whether he scouted the front and he just said, you know what? He should have more than this by now. You know, he should have 400 minerals more than this by now. I should go check and see if he's got any crazy 3rds. And he did. He went and checked for a 3rd, and sure enough, not only was it a 3rd, but it was a 3rd on one of the small mineral patch expansions for one of the other bases. Unbelievable. I can't believe oGsMC spotted that. Good catch, though, by oGsMC. Who has now taken the small expansion of his own. He's now on 3 gates, and he just got his robo up, getting a bit of an army going. Looks like he's going to go try to apply some early pressure. 3 racks down by Bomber at the moment. Looks like he has bunkered up. He is just trying to get his macro going. Drones all around. I'm going to speed this up a little bit just because I think I am running the risk of running over that YouTube 15-minute mark. So, a 3rd expansion command center coming down now for Bomber at about the same time as a 3rd coming down for oGsMC. So both players trying to go for a bit more macro style of a game, trying to macro up a sizable army before we have any major engagements here. oGsMC moving here to the 3rd of Bomber. This is the one nice thing about Terran. As Terran players, you can build your expansions in your base and then just float them out. So expansions can come without you even really realizing it. If you're playing as Protoss or Zerg, or just Terran versus Terran, it's hard to note their expansion timings because you won't see the actual building. It can be building in their main, and then they just float it out, and suddenly they have a fully saturated expansion. This command center it's taking so much damage by oGsMC. Got all these stalkers here. It is now burning down. Looks like he's probably going to be able to get it back in time to get some repairing done. It does have that STB there to repair, and yes, that will get repaired up. More racks going down. I wouldn't be surprised to see that Ghost Academy coming again. We do have some upgrades coming up from Bomber. We already have his +1 attack upgrades done. +1 armor is coming up. Combat shield also coming up, so it looks like he will be again going for that heavy infantry based play. oGsMC now just macroing up a storm on his. Wow, he made a cool little triangle with his gateways, or warp gates, I guess. He now has 6 warp gates. He does have a Twilight Council with Zealot Charge coming up, a Colossus coming out onto the field, +1 attack upgrades coming up, and I saw Extended Thermal Lance, so somewhere around here he's got that Robotics Bay researching away. I actually have no idea where... Am I looking right at it? Ah, yes I am. There it is. Thermal Lance coming up. Zealot Charge is now up. Bomber has now moved his 3rd out onto the field. He is still repairing it up. Those command centers take quite a while to repair up. So both players just macroing up on, I guess, 2.5 bases. I don't know what you want to call this, a full expansion or not. I kind of call it the half expansion. Even though it's not really half of an expansion, I don't know, it's the small expansion. Some Stalkers moving in. These Stalkers do have Blink, so they are going to be able to just poke in here, check out the army, maybe get a couple of kills off, and then just blink back. I love this play by oGsMC, getting those Blink Stalkers for that, for the scouting ability. They're just so fast with that Blink. They can just blink away. They can get in, do a little bit of damage, scout, and then just blink away. No damage taken. Or maybe just a little bit of shield damage taken, which does recharge. oGsMC notes here that these destructible rocks have been destroyed by Bomber. Bomber is a little ahead of the food count, does have his ghosts up, so oGsMC needs to be very careful about how he controls this. There are some Vikings on the field. Only 2 medevacs, but lots of Vikings to take care of these Colossus. Bomber moving in. The oGsMC needs to micro these Colossus back because these Vikings are going to do massive damage. These Stalkers doing a lot of damage to these, or these Marauders rather, doing a lot of damage to those Stalkers. All the Colossus get taken out by these Vikings. These 6 Vikings going to be so helpful for Bomber. Going to be able to do so much damage to those Colossus. More Colossus coming out onto the field. oGsMC just macroing up some more gateway units here. Bomber taking a little bit of map control, taking the Xel'Naga Watchtower. I wouldn't be surprised to see him start to expand off of this. He knows he's got, for the moment, he's got the map control. Medevacs coming out onto the field, but just more Colossus for oGsMC right now. There it goes. There goes the command center. A 4th coming up for Bomber. oGsMC needs to sit back and just macro for now. He is getting some High Templar, which do have Storm. This is a good call, I think. He, again, needs to just be very careful about how he controls them, because one EMP will take out all their shields and energy, and they will just be left out there. More High Templar, lots of High Templar going down. I like this move. They kind of eliminate the Viking threat. They did. There goes. Very nice play by. Engagement here going down by MC. I'm not sure how he's going to be able to hold this. These Zealots moving in to take out those Ghosts. He did feedback those Ghosts, killing them and taking out most of their energy. The Storm's going down by oGsMC, but this is a lot of things by Bomber. They are +1/+1. oGsMC does have his +1 attack upgrades, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold this. This is a lot of stuff moving out for Bomber. Oh, and it is not looking good for oGsMC. No, this is not a good place to be. Bomber getting his upgrade up. He is now ahead in food count, 144 to 100 food for oGsMC, and oGsMC has no expansions. His small expansions still got a lot of minerals there. So does his main. So he's not going to be terribly starved yet. But if this 4th goes up by Bomber. Yes, look at this. Look at how confident Bomber is feeling. He is morphing this into an orbital command because he knows he has map control. He knows he's holding this position. He knows that oGsMC cannot move out for a little while. And here comes what I think is going to be a killing blow by Bomber. Bomber still got his Ghosts here hanging out in the back. The EMP goes down. All the shields get taken out. There's still a couple Vikings on the field to deal with this Colossus. These Archons moving in. They're actually doing a lot of damage. These Archons just soak up so much damage for this Colossus. Bomber actually may be forced to retreat here from these Zealots and these Archons that are now moving across the field, but this 4th is now up and getting saturated. I'm actually surprised. oGsMC is actually holding this. He does have this Colossus on the field. The Archons and the Zealots are taking a lot of damage while those Colossi do a lot of damage to these infantry units. All of the Vikings have now been taken out, and it looks like oGsMC has managed to catch up a little bit. It is now 110 food to 120 food, so Bomber is close, but he really needs to get, or MC is close rather, and he is really going to need to get another base up. Oh, I just realized that this 4th by Bomber is a small. There is only 5 mineral patches here and a Vespene Geyser, so this is actually not a major expansion. This is not going to give the hugest of leads to Bomber. oGsMC taking his small expansion as well out in the middle of the field. Wow, it is amazingly even. That was very well done by oGsMC. He was able to pretty much even out the match. He is still a little behind in macro. If we check out the income tab, the harvester count is about identical, but you can see that those mules plus that 4th small base here for Bomber is allowing Bomber to take a bit of a lead. In the mineral count, we're seeing 2,300 to 1,400 on the mineral income right now for Bomber as compared to oGsMC. So more observers coming out. I like this play by oGsMC, keeping these observers out, checking the critical attack paths, making sure that no big attack forces are coming in. Looks like I don't know, Bomber thinking about placing a drop, but oGsMC has spotted it and is moving out to take out this attack force, trying to get a couple of free medevac kills. This is going to be a lot of kills there if he can get them off. He does know that this drop is coming to swing around the back, though, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some more stalkers placed right around here. Another command center going up for Bomber. Looks like Bomber is planning to take his 5th expansion. His small natural is almost mined out now thanks to those mules. He's getting those mined out quick. oGsMC's main is mined out now, and Bomber's is just about there. Not much left there. Bomber moving in for another attack. Another one of these excellent compositions by Bomber with just a few Vikings to deal with those Colossi, Ghosts to lay down those EMPs for any High Templar, or just taking out shields in general, and a lot of well-upgraded infantry units. His infantry units are +2/+1 right now with the +2 attack upgrade. Stalkers, again, moving out onto the field, scouting what's going on. With their blink, they are able to blink back quick. oGsMC's kind of neglecting his upgrades right now. He's still only on +2 attack. Bomber swinging around the middle. oGsMC needs to move up, but he needs to micro these Colossus back. These Colossus are taking a lot of damage. I do not like this engagement by oGsMC. The way he is wrapping around this little choke point here is just not a good way. His units are going in one at a time and taking a huge amount of damage. In the meantime, this drop going down by Bomber, taking out that expansion. I don't know if oGsMC is going to be able to hold this. MC needs these Archons. I don't know if these clutch Archons are going to be able to hold it for him this time. Bomber just safely, he knows he's denied that expansion. He's now just going to pull back. He's going to play it safe, pull back. He has a commanding food lead right now, 182 to 115. He's just going to pull back. He's just going to pull up back and macro a bigger army because he knows he is ahead. Another drop going down for Bomber in the small natural of oGsMC, and I don't know how oGsMC is going to come back from this. This is going to be a huge lead. Bomber is now over 100 food ahead, or he was, but after that last warp in, no, I don't think oGsMC is going to hold this Bomber, though a lot of his infantry units are weak, but there's just too much here. Nice spread by Bomber there to try to avoid some of those Psystorms. Man, that's just, I don't know, these infantry units are so weak. They've been so stimmed to death, but more forces moving in, and oGsMC just not able to clean up this attack force. oGsMC with the Korea Whiting coming in. Both of these players are Korean players. oGsMC thinks if he cannot win this match, he is glad at least another Korean player is going to move on at Dreamhack there. Well played by Bomber. Very well played. Good macro. Excellent unit composition. And just out-expanding his opponent. Very, very, very well played. Good game, guys. If you guys liked that, please subscribe, check it out, and comment. If there's anything else you'd like to see, if there's things you'd like to see on my videos, please comment any suggestions or improvements. Good game, guys. Well played. Take care, all.